cleaning the table.
He's made a mess.
Actually, come on. It's alright.
It's exciting, isn't it?
Hello!
Hi.
Who's this?
Who's it gonna be? Who's it gonna be?
It's
it rhymes with...
Andy.
Oh. Ruined it. You spoiled it.
What were you going to do?
I don't know.
Who's it going to be? Who's it going to be?
Who's it gonna be?
It's Andy.
Wilson.
Oh, lovely. Lovely.
Yeah.
Hi, Andy. Hello. Now, a very, very long time ago, in a galaxy far, far away, you asked, thank you, for a story written by us, starring you
And
and
Vita, the cautious unicorn.
really excellent.
Set tomorrow, the
Oh.
day when we are parted.
Oh,
Tomorrow is the last time we're going to see each other before I move to Vietnam. And where this event occurs, Becky the centaur discovers she's a centaur.
that's really excellent, unicorn and centaur. Like, well done.
Casting.
Well done to you.
Yeah, I like that.
Full marks there.
Really good.
Also, I may cry halfway through the story now, so that'll be.
I still
eventful.
haven't shown you that we should watch Pan's Labyrinth, because every time I want to be the monster, you don't get it. Like you just don't get it. Maybe you get it. Who knows? Not me. Anyway, on with the show. You go. Tell the story.
So,
now.
right, Once Upon a Time, tomorrow is the time. Once Upon Tomorrow, Andy was a train driver. And was driving this train through the country, on road and off. Trying to...
I can't do
Can
it.
I help you?
I was trying to make a steam train.
Oh, that's fine.
Carry on.
Along the way, he decided, to sort of get rid of the whole train tracks, like, conformity.
Didn't want to be restricted by training society.
Yeah, because the only restriction is your own imagination.
So right.
So he decided, no, I'm going to take this train to where people need it. And so set off,
Shivers.
going along all the way through the country, in and out of woods and rivers
And Dales.
dales, hills, dales.
Okay.
And so on.
And so
forth.
forth. Oi! Who would have guessed that those would be the words that we'd say next?
Oh. So, there we go. Off he went on his train. And because he'd engineered the train to go off-road, it also went fluing. It flew. It could go underwater and above it. It could go above air and above it.
It could go anywhere, is what
Anywhere.
you're saying.
Yeah.
It's like
Through-
a night
through
bus.
any medium.
Fantastic. How useful.
Yeah. So, it was while Andy was going through the Lake District that
What is that? Sorry.
his train broke down. It sounded something akin to that. And sort of stopped right by a flowing river. Now, suddenly he heard noise coming from behind a tree. And it was a sort of
Noise. Like that.
like that. What was the noise?
It was Becky, upon washing her hands in a puddle, upon washing them, looked down to realise that they were in fact hooves. What am I? She cried, running full pelt at Andy, who obviously turned around in surprise and screamed, "You're a centaur!"
Yes.
At which she was very shocked and bewildered, being 22 years old and having never realised that she was in fact a centaur. No one had told her.
No.
Through school, university, she'd been in plays, man. No
No
one ever
one.
thought to mention that you're half woman, half horse.
Well, no, because you sort of just assume that's something you'll know
Well,
already.
yeah. Yeah.
22 years of your life, people had just assumed that you knew and didn't want to bring it up because it would be embarrassing.
Yep.
And there they were,
100.
finally having the new catching reflection. You'd not looked in the mirror
Ever.
in your whole life. And then
My
you saw...
horse father and human mother never let me. At this point, Becky keeled over with shock, and Andy was somewhat at a loss when out of the heath came bounding a unicorn, twinkling away like the stars.
Twinkling away, but it was quite a cautious unicorn.
Um,
So it came bounding, but sort of in a kind of 2 steps forward and a little trot back. Oh no! And sort of flinching her way through the bracken.
Oh no! Screamed the unicorn, who we know is Vita. How am I going to stop the
Avalanche?
without her?
Oh.
Well, said Andy, I have no idea.
So you spent your whole life being friends with a unicorn, but hadn't...
This isn't actually me. It's Centaur Becky.
Centaur Becky and Unicorn Vita. Andy then had a plan.
Action man.
He looked at the train, looked at the collapsed centaur at his feet, and looked at the cautious unicorn on the other side of the stream, going, oh, what are we gonna do? And he thought, really great time. And he thought, I'm
gonna help.
I'm gonna help. I'm gonna help myself with my train situation and
these two
gals.
These two hooved gals.
These two gallant gals.
Hey. That's nae problem, he said.
Vita stabbed him.
No, she didn't.
And no,
stabbed me.
Oh, no. But Vita made a very good point that the problem is that this is tomorrow, and it was the day. What did Vita need? How am I going to stop the avalanche?
Yeah,
stop the avalanche. Sorry. Not only did they need to stop the avalanche, but they needed to do it in time for Becky to then get on the train, which she'd been waiting for, and go
straight to the airport.
Straight to the airport.
Who knows how she was going to get on the plane with a human passport? Well, was it a human passport? She didn't know. She'd never seen it.
Her face was on the passport.
Yeah. How does a centaur sit in a plane seat? Who knows? Am I going to have to ride in the bit with the luggage?
Yeah.
We'll work that out in part 2.
Yeah. But as it was, they needed to wake Becky up and stop the avalanche. So, and
chucked her in a reservoir. And she woke up. There's that sorted.
That sorted. Becky woke up and was still flabbergasted.
And quite pissed off.
Yes.
Chucked to the reservoir.
But Andy talked to her. He talked her down and he said, "Listen, Becky, you may be a centaur, but what's wrong with that? Sure, you didn't know, but there's lots of things we don't know about ourselves until they are thrust upon us. Greatness has been thrust upon you, and you will take it, and you will ride to the stars with it, and you can do anything. And stop doubting yourself, okay? And we've got an avalanche to stop. All great life lessons.
Perspective, yeah?
Yeah?
We'll deal with this little existential crisis later. You furry-faced goon.
Yeah, we've got a whole train ride in which to sort this out.
Oh, big whoop. Oh wait, no, not big whoop. Oh no, you can get to places faster because you can gallop. Sorry that you're a cool mythical being.
Yeah. And Becky said, fair enough, thank you for your
right.
wise words and your comforting
tone.
Yeah. Andy went, step 2, avalanche stopping. And he started looking at the train. Peter said, what's wrong with it? What are you looking at? And he's like, this train can do it. This train can stop this avalanche. And Peter went, what? And he said, no, trust me. You stand over there. Becky, you stand over there. And you are 2 hooved beings. You're both strong and
important.
And you can push. And together, all 3 of them, Andy in the middle, and the other two on the other side of the train. They pushed the train so that it was at the bottom of the mountain, and so that when all the snow came tumbling down,
Avalanche in Summer Lake Street.
As it came down, it piled up against the side of the train and avoided the river and the surrounding village.
Snow dam.
Saved lives.
Little Langdale was saved.
It's all saved.
And they all laughed and had a tequila.
Yeah. And then
Becky cried.
Then Becky
Because she
cried.
hadn't sorted it out yet. And then they laughed some more.
And then Vita cried because Becky was getting on the train. But Andy...
And then Becky laughed because Vita was crying.
Yeah. And Andy took a photo as a selfie of all three of them having just conquered the avalanche. And
Can't do that, I've got hooves.
Well, that's why he took the selfie.
I know, because I went like that.
Oh, you went like
Can't do that.
that.
Still dab with hooves.
And was there anything else in the story?
That's it. That's definitely it. And they all lived happily ever after, maybe.
The end.
All the love for you.
Thanks for saving a village and us.
I'm trying to think of a centaur pun, but it's not happening. Bye.